Home race for Max Verstappen, which if my calculations are correct, if the Red Bull can finish the race, Max would win by about 18 seconds or more. So what can we expect from Zandvoort, Nate?
Well, Zandvoort's kind of like a music festival. Like last year, it came on the calendar,
So
and
you're into it.
I love it. It's a great place, and it obviously came back for Max. As soon as Max kind of emerged, we've talked about Zandvoort again. The place last year was just unbelievable. There's music playing all the time. When Max was on track, it was loud. When Max crossed the line, it was even louder. When there's a slight delay in the media centers, maybe 1 or 2 seconds to what we're watching. So we knew it was kind of a spoiler alert time. Like Max went over the line, everyone went crazy. We were like, well, he's clearly on pole. Yeah, he is on pole by quite a long way. And then he just dominated in the race. That was another impressive, I think Max's most impressive performance last year was Zandvoort. He was just so good. He was like he was in Spa last weekend, just all weekend. Like everyone was talking about the pressure and he didn't feel it. And the Dutch there just adore him. He's the reason they're there. So it's, all that orange you see in Austria and Spa, double it, quadruple it, whatever you want to do. It's just everywhere. And if you're not wearing orange, I think you stand out in Zandvoort. So there are some brave Ferrari and Mercedes fans that go, but yeah, majority of people, Verstappen fans. It's a great place. Really, I always say to people when they ask me where should we go for a race, I say you got to go to Zandvoort. I'm not sure if the racing is the most entertaining you'll see on the season, but as an event, unbelievable.
Is the hype true, Lawrence?
Oh, yeah, it really is. It's a wonderful place to go, and we don't really have anything like it. And it was interesting because there was this real party atmosphere at Zandvoort last year, and everyone looked and they're like, oh, we can do that every race. We'll just bring a DJ to every race and we'll have loud music pumping out and all this kind of stuff. But when you do it at places like Monza or other tracks where it's just a different atmosphere, it's not such a party atmosphere. The people aren't as willing just to kind of throw themselves into it. So yeah, it's really special. And it's a very different track to Spa. I'm not going to make the mistake of betting against Max Verstappen again, but it is a very different track to Spa. So I think we might again see a slightly different order. It's not going to quite play to the advantages of the Red Bull, I don't think, as much as Spa did. But yeah, Max is going to be epic round there. And Red Bull have already said, look, we need to make sure we look after Max this weekend. We're not going to give him any more media or promotional things than he has to do normally. He's going to have a normal race weekend. We're going to try and keep him in a bubble as much as they can, but they've also accepted that he's going to get a huge amount of support. Most of it, I think, is going to be very, very positive for him. And that will probably also be part of the difference when it comes to that qualifying lap and the start, and if he has to pull an overtaking move.
Now, is it true that it's like attending a football game over in Europe where the fans actually know songs and they rehearse and they're on point? Is that actual facts?
Very true. Yeah, the grid last year was bouncing. I have a favorite song from Zandvoort that I was basically singing for about a week last year. Yeah, it wasn't actually, so fans were singing it, but other journalists heard it on the walk in. We then played it on YouTube and we were like, this song's amazing. So the premise is actually, I think it's actually a German song, but the Dutch have kind of adopted it as their own. And in German, I guess, or in Dutch, I don't know. But the lyrics, if you translate to English, and hear me out here, because people are going to hear the first line and think, what on earth is this song? But the first line is, what is the name of Niki Lauda's mother? And then the response is, Mama Lauda, Mama Lauda. And Mama Lauda in German means make it louder. So it's a play on words. And that was just booming around. Like the music festival I went to a few weeks ago in Budapest had nothing on the beat you just hear constantly at Zandvoort. It's everywhere, and you can't get away from it. So come away.
Don't keep our listeners wanting more. Go on, break out into song. Give us a little rendition, please.
Lawrence heard it live last year, the real thing, so he can tell.
Yeah, Lawrence can tell us if this is accurate or not.
And this is going to be in German as well. So any German listeners, if I butcher your language, I do apologize. But the song goes, Wie heißt die Mutter von Niki Lauda? Mama Lauda, Mama Lauda. And then it just keeps going on and on and on. And it does get louder as it goes on. And yeah, it's just a brilliant song. And I will be singing it in Lawrence's ear for most of the weekend.
Lawrence, you didn't want to join in?
No,
you didn't want it to become a duet?
I don't know the words. I don't know. My German is as good as Nate. I was really impressed by that. That was fantastic. I mean, It usually has a bit more bass, but I'm not going to hold that against Nate because there's this like boom, 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 boom bass line going through it.
I don't think it's fairly late here. I don't think the neighbours in my hotel would be too grateful if I started banging on the walls. But yeah, it's usually a lot better than that. People should go listen to it. It's a great song, and it's up there with that Supermax song for like most popular played at Zandvoort. You hear it all the time. But just it's absolutely bonkers, Zandvoort. So
I'm gonna be listening. I'm gonna be listening on the broadcast.
If no one sings it in the stand, I might have to grab a microphone and just G the crowd up a bit because it's a great song.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube, and for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content plus live streaming, make sure to subscribe to ESPN Player.